To say that the Nofap journey changed my life is an understatement. Before this video gets started, I want to remind you that I have a private group. It's called Self Mastery Camp. And in this group, we set goals for ourselves. We hold each other accountable to attaining certain goals. We do monthly video calls. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you want to be in touch with me in between me making these videos, or if you just want someone to push you, help you get the extra mile, hit us up. We're in Self Mastery Camp. I'll leave a link for that in the description. So my life now is absolutely nothing like what it used to be 10 plus years ago when I was addicted to pornography. My life now, I would classify myself as a successful entrepreneur with multiple businesses. I am a real estate investor, so I own a couple of investment properties. The list goes on. I've got a lot going on for me. Suffice to say that I am proud of who I am right now. Who I was 10 years ago, I was addicted to pornography. So I was watching porn 3 times a day, in the morning, after work, and then right before bed. I had no confidence at all. I had no purpose. I was brain fogged the entire time. Very just low level beta type of energy on a daily basis. And the scary part is I didn't know any better. I thought that was completely normal. I thought that this is just how life is. I had reached my ceiling relative to who I was. So there was no more for me to grow. Very scary thinking back on that now. And I'm so glad that I was able to embark on this journey and therefore see that I have way more in me, way more gas in the tank, and just a lot going on for me. But how did I get here? That's what I want to tell you guys, because as I've said many times, just doing Nofap by itself is not going to be enough to turn your life around. You have to do something with that extra time. You've got to do something with that extra energy. So what all have I done in the past 10 years to get to the level that I'm at now, where I'm happy, I'm making good money, doing exactly what I love doing for a living? Like, how did all this happen? If I could summarize it in just a few steps. Number one is I listened to a ton of audiobooks, and I still do to this day. Audiobooks changed my life. Okay, you can say reading, but audiobooks in general changed my life because it was a way that I could basically plug myself into some matrix program and reboot my mind and fill it with all of the positivity, all of the positive affirmation that I needed in order to take my life to the next level. So whenever I had time, like I'm at the gym, I'm not listening to music, I'm listening to an audiobook. If I'm driving, I'm not listening to music, I'm listening to an audiobook. Audiobooks are the sure shot way of hijacking your thinking. And sometimes you just do it and you're not consciously listening, but your subconscious is picking up on all that stuff. So I highly recommend that you invest in some audiobooks and you listen to them on the regular. I guarantee it will have a long-lasting impact on you. The next thing I say is obvious, but it's working out. And more specifically for me, was working out in the morning before I got my day started. At a certain point, I started to realize that how you begin every day shapes how the rest of the day is going to play out. So if you wake up and the first thing you do is you check your phone and you spend like 30 minutes on your phone, and then you slug it into the kitchen and you have some like crappy breakfast or something like that, and then you just kind of half-ass your way into your car and then you drive miserably into work, you know, your attitude is already jacked up. So I would wake up way earlier than need be. So I know I had to be at work around like 8 o'clock or so. I'd be up at 5, sometimes 4:30, just to give myself the ability to wake up. And I would go get a workout in. And my attitude about not just my job, but about life as a whole shifted dramatically. So get up, wake up early, and just start exercising. Make it a part of your life. You don't have to have the goal of getting big and strong. I mean, look at me. I'm not like massive, but I'm in pretty good shape and I'm just happy. So work out, get up early, make that a part of your routine. The next thing I would say is find something in your life that you are passionate about and or just extremely interested in, and dive into it. Don't hesitate. Just fully commit to it. It's not something that you have to even necessarily make a living doing. Just find something to occupy your time. Now, this for me was my after work activity. I'd already gotten my workout in the morning, so I had all this time after work to do something. Therefore, I filled my time with photography. That was what I wanted to do. I made every excuse to find friends that I could photograph, models, whatever, and I was out busy and active. Okay? What happens with a lot of guys is they have too much time on their hands, and as a result, they find themselves sitting in front of a computer screen with their pants down at their ankles, and then they relapse to pornography. Fill your time with something. I don't care if it's arts and crafts. I don't care if it's knitting. Find something that just occupies your time. And even better, find something that you can do with other people. Like right now, my biggest hobbies are disc golfing and rock climbing. And I do that in groups so that I get hit up and say, hey, you want to go do this? Absolutely. I'm out of the house. I'm doing something that makes me feel good. So find something, a hobby, an interest, and just pour yourself into it. The next thing I'll say is I gave up drinking alcohol entirely. I don't believe in engaging in anything that will alter the mind, period. And that includes porn. But it also includes weed. It includes junk food. It includes anything that throws you off of your natural mental state. And alcohol was that thing for me. So a lot of you might have to look within yourself and say, is it time to put down the weed? Is it time to put down the XYZ, whatever that is for you? But that was huge for me. I'm a firm believer that if you constantly engage in things that are going to stimulate the dopamine receptors, that are going to alter your mind, alter your thinking, that you are literally setting yourself up for failure. So eliminate anything in your life that you know deep down inside it's probably leading you back to the computer screen with your pants around your ankles and relapsing to pornography. And the last thing I'll say is set goals for yourself. Get in the habit of creating goals. I guarantee you that your life will change once you understand the power of having a sense of direction, not only in your days, your weeks, your months, your years, but in your life as a whole. So you don't have to have your whole life figured out, but I would start by doing daily goals and weekly goals. And just the simple act of getting things checked off drastically boosts your confidence and your belief in yourself. And don't just make little easy goals that you know that you can do. Push yourself. Try to find something that's going to take you outside of your comfort zone. For example, if you're used to running 5 miles a week, if that's like your top, then tell yourself, this week I'm going to run 7 miles or 8 miles or whatever pushes you outside of your comfort zone. So get in the habit of making goals for yourself. If you need help with this, again, you can join me and a group of other guys who set goals on a regular basis. Join Self Mastery Camp. I'll leave a link in the description for you. So that's all I've got for you. I hope that this video helps. I hope that it gives you insight as to what the last 10 years of my life looked like, but also I hope it gives you insight as to what's possible for you in your life. What's possible for one is possible for all. So I hope this video helps. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. Again, if you want to be held accountable by myself and a group of like-minded individuals, join Self Mastery Camp. I'll leave a link in the description. And if you made it this far, comment Apple Snapple. Peace.